Hey guys, what's going on? It's KMCGamer here, and I'm back from a long time of not uploading, about a week and a few days. I had a lot of finals and exams going on for school, and I had to study, and I just didn't have enough time to make any videos. So I just got done watching the Microsoft E3 conference, and they went over a lot of things. Like, they announced some games like the new Halo, Metal Gear Solid 5, Sunset Overdrive, The Witcher 3, Dead Rising, Minecraft, Killer Instinct, Ryse, World of Tanks, and they also went over a bunch of services like Twitch being on the Xbox, and that they're not using Microsoft points anymore, and they're actually using real money and currency depending on where you live. They're also they actually announced the price of the Xbox One, which is going to be $500. And yeah, so one of the things that while watching, I was actually very impressed with, while I was watching Ryse, Sons of Rome, if you paid attention to the way they were doing the voice acting and the way they were moving their mouths, it was actually very realistic. Like, it was very, I actually believed that it was real. And the graphics on the Xbox One are insanely good, especially for all of the things that they're showing at E3, all of the trailers and everything, especially Battlefield 4. That, everything was amazing. Metal Gear Solid 5, the graphics were amazing. But in Ryse, Son of Rome's, the mouth movements when they were talking, it was just phenomenal. It was great. And that, like, the little things that count. Like, it was so realistic, and I believed that he was talking, and it wasn't just like up and down mouth movements. It was actually like real pronunciation, and it was crazy, and it was real. They're really trying to push this realistic movement towards the Xbox One, and they showed that with Forza. When they showed, they brought out that fucking car, the fucking McLaren, and they stressed realism and like light, and how they're, how light will shine on a perfectly coated car. And actually, one of the coolest things in Forza that they showed was that Drivatar, where like the cloud will mark down like how fast you take turns, and it recreates the scenario of how you drive. And that it will recreate it for other players and your friends and stuff. So if somebody's not online to play with you, you can play by yourself, and it will be like realistic people driving cars. So there's no more AI anymore. It's actually real people driving against you, whether there's actually people driving against you or not. So it's really cool. And they had a lot of innovations today with like Battlefield 4. I saw a bunch of hand movements and gestures, which means that you will probably be able to like do some kind of Ghost Recon shit and send like people some certain ways and call out people. And while they were showing the trailer, I thought I was almost going to have a seizure because of how bright the game was, and it was just like bright lights everywhere. Flashlights, orange colors, blue colors. It was crazy, and it was colorful, and it was cool. And I thought I was going to have a seizure because of how like flashy it was and how realistic the movements and how shaky like the camera was, and everything was just that video was shaky as fuck. It was shaky. They were on like a boat, some kind of aircraft carrier, and they were on the boat, and it just like ripped right in half, and everything is shaking, and it was crazy cool. And Battlefield 4 definitely getting that. When I actually, one of the most surprising things that I saw, I didn't even know it was Halo until actually Master Chief showed up. But when they showed the trailer for the new Halo, it was just this guy walking in the sand, and it was just, he was wearing like a cap, like a robe, like he looked kind of like a mage, and he was walking in like the desert, and it was sandy and it was windy, and all of a sudden this thing just like bursts out of the ground, and it's this huge ass mech, and it's getting like higher and higher, and it just keeps rising to the sky, and all of a sudden like this shockwave just like bursts through the land, and all of a sudden like the hood of the cape rips off, and you see Master Chief's head, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this is Halo? Like, it was just like so crazy. That just raises so many questions, like why the hell was he wearing a robe or a cape or whatever? Like, I don't know. There's just so much to talk about for Halo, and I'm a huge Halo fanatic, so if I had to get the Xbox One for one reason, it would probably be for Halo. Now, that is not me saying that I am going to get the Xbox One. There are a bunch of pros and cons for the Xbox One, mostly cons, but there are a bunch of pros and cons for the PS4 too. It's just that they haven't shown a lot of info for the PS4, but they have shown a lot of info for the Xbox One, and it hasn't been too positive. So I'm hoping that Microsoft can flip the switch and just switch something around and hopefully get some good karma on their back and set the Xbox One in the right direction with more games and less focus on TV and like switching apps and applications and different things like Facebook and Twitter. Like, we don't need that while we are gaming. We just want to game, not watch TV at the same time. But I'm totally looking forward to watching the Sony conference, and I will probably make a video about that once I watch it. So stay tuned for the next one, and I'll probably post an annotation somewhere on the video. And you can click on that, and it will bring you right to whatever I want to talk about for the PlayStation conference. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, guys, peace out.